Hi, I'm John Maxwell. When the top companies in the world are looking for trainers, speakers, and coaches, there's one name that stands above the rest, and that's Maxwell Leadership. Our certified team members have gotten proven results for companies all over the globe, and our reputation, I'm proud to say, is second to none. Some of our members have risen to the top of their profession, including the one you're going to meet today. I proudly introduce you to my friend Bob Fabian Zinka.
Welcome to the Leadership and Success Podcast with your host, Coach BZ, where we help you lead with purpose and succeed with impact. If you're ready to grow into the kind of leader others want to follow, this podcast is for you. If you're determined to elevate your success and leave a lasting legacy, this podcast is for you. As my mentor, Dr. John C. Maxwell reminds us, everything rises and falls on leadership. Our goal is simple: to inspire you, challenge you, and equip you with insights that can transform the trajectory of your leadership journey. Welcome aboard to another episode of the Leadership and Success Podcast with Coach BZ.
All right, everyone, welcome to a very special edition of the Leadership and Success Podcast. So we are going through our Proverbs series. So it's leadership and success, but looking at ancient wisdom and mentoring from the Book of Proverbs. So we're going through one chapter a day for the month of January. Today is January 4th, so we're going to go through Proverbs chapter 4. Again, this is not a religious podcast, but it's about ancient wisdom and leadership lesson from the Book of Proverbs. So today I am again grateful that it's 2026. I can believe it's already the fourth day of this brand new calendar year, and I believe 2026 will be so much better than 2025. And I am really excited to be alive today and for everything that is going to happen this year. All right. So we're gonna only have about 30 minutes. So let me go quickly. So I'm gonna just give a brief overview of what we did. So for Proverbs chapter 1, which you can go back to LinkedIn, YouTube, or any of your favorite podcast application, and you can listen to the entire episode. But for number 1, the theme was wise leadership begins with humility and accountability. Ignoring wisdom will lead to predictable consequences. And then we read Proverbs chapter 2, where the theme was leaders who deliberately pursue wisdom develop discernment that protects their character, guides their decision, and keeps them on the right path under pressure. Again, you can watch or listen to the Proverbs 2 episode. It's about 45 minutes, I believe. Okay, and then yesterday we did Proverbs chapter 3. So Proverbs chapter 3 really teaches us that enduring leadership is built on trust, humility, and wisdom, and choosing alignment with timeless principles over reliance on self. All right, and for Proverbs chapter 3, just like for chapter 2 and 1, I like to keep this in 7. So the 7 lesson we had, lesson number 1 was lead from the inside out. We read Proverbs 3, 1 and 2. My son, do not forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commandments. For length of days and years of life and peace they will add to you. And the leadership insight was leadership begins with internalized value, not external authority. And consistency between belief and behavior will produce credibility. And finally, long-term effectiveness is rooted in discipline, adherence to proven principle. And the second lesson was trust being a strategic advantage. That was verses 3 and 4. Let steadfast love and faithfulness not forsake you, so you will find favor and good success in the sight of God and man. The insight being trust and integrity accelerate influence, and people follow leaders who are consistent, fair, and compassionate. And finally, reputation is built slowly but leveraged daily. Then we went midway through lesson number 3. Surrender precedes clarity. That was verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. So overconfidence will blind you, but humility will sharpen your judgment. So wisdom often requires releasing control before receiving direction. and alignment will precede acceleration. Lesson number 4 yesterday was humility protects leaders from collapse. That was verses 7 and 8. Be not wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord, and turn away from evil. So ego is Eden. It's a Eden risk multiplier, but humility will keep you teachable and adaptable. And ethical drift begins with unchecked self-confidence. And also, I would like to hear what you guys think, which verses yesterday or today for chapter 4 are speaking to you, what insights you have as far as leadership and success principles. So let me know in the chat, please. Also, let me know where you are coming from, what city, what state, and if outside of the USA, which country, and also what you are grateful for today. All right. Lesson number 5, stewardship shapes legacy. That was verses 9 and 10. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruit of all your produce. So our leaders allocate resources will reveal their priorities. Generosity signals abundance thinking, not scarcity, and stewardship builds organizational trust and sustainability. Lesson 6 yesterday was growth often comes through correction. That was verses 11 and 12. Do not despise the Lord's discipline, for the Lord reproves him who he loves. So correction is a sign of investment, not rejection. Resilient leaders learn faster because they reflect deeper. And avoiding discomfort will delay growth. And finally, the last lesson yesterday, wisdom is the ultimate force multiplier. That was verses 13 through 18. Blessed is the one who finds wisdom. She is a tree of life to those who lay hold of her. So wisdom will outperform talent over time. And wisdom integrates knowledge, ethics, and judgment. And finally, wise leaders create stability amid uncertainty. All right. So now let's start with chapter 4 today. What I did, I believe it was season 4, episode 15. I interviewed Ron Carpenter AI. So it's the AI twin of Ron Carpenter. And I asked him about what was the big idea about Proverb 4. So this is here what Ron Carpenter AI told us. He says, listen, Proverb 4 is all about guarding your heart with all diligence because out of it springs the issues of life. The big idea, protect what goes in because it shapes everything that comes out. Let me tell you, I've taught this over and over. Verses 23, it's me like a hammer. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it springs the issues of life. The chapter is a father's plea to his son. Get wisdom, get understanding, don't forsake instruction, and above all, guard your heart like it's the garden where your future's on. Your future is sown. So it's like this. Your heart is the soul. What you let through the gates, eyes, ears, and mouth becomes the harvest. So let junk in and you will reap a mess. Fill it with God's word and life flows right. That's the principal thing. How's that landing with you? Okay. So that is what AI, Ron Carpenter AI thinks. So the big idea when I went through this, again, it really represents chapter 4, leadership as a generational trust, right? And a daily discipline. So wisdom is not merely information to be acquired, but it's a path to be walked, guarded, and embodied. So chapter 4 emphasizes that leaders are shaped by what they pursue, what they protect, and where they direct their focus. So the way of wisdom produces clarity, stability, and life. So while neglected wisdom leads to drift, moral compromise, and eventual downfall. So wisdom is a principal thing. So the theme for this chapter, leadership is a lifelong pursuit of wisdom that requires intentional learning, disciplined choices, and vigilant self-governance. All right. So lesson number 1 for me, wisdom is a leadership in inheritance. That's Proverbs chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. Let me see if I can share my screen. I have an app here I want to use. We're going to read chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. Let me see if it's going to show up. Okay, this is good. And let me play this here. Proverbs chapter 4, we're going to read verses 1 and 2.
Hear, my children, the instruction of a father, and give attention to know understanding. For I give you good doctrine. Do not forsake my law. All
right, so that's it, verses 1 and 2. So The leadership lesson here is wisdom is often passed down before it is discovered independently. Okay. The humility to learn from mentors, elders, and prior generation will accelerate growth and prevent costly mistake. That's why I really, really love reading books. People who've come before me and who have taken the time to instill the wisdom they've learned the last 30, 40, 50 years. And I can just pick up a book for what, $20, $30 and get all of their wisdom and read it over and over and over again and keep thinking deeply about their experiences and learn from their mistake. That is so insightful. All right. So application. So you have to seek counsel before a crisis, not after. And you have to create space to learn from those who have led longer, failed faster, or seen more. So find a mentor. All right. So who are the voices shaping your leadership today? And are you listening or merely hearing? So you have to pay attention, active listening. All right. The anchor reflection. Wise leaders do not dismiss tradition. They discern what to carry forward and what to improve. I know in the US Navy, we have a lot of tradition and custom, and there is a reason for all of those things. So it's very important, I think, before you change anything as a new leader in an organization, first you understand what they are doing and why they are doing it. And then once you fully understand how things are working, if you want to improve on that, that is fine. But don't just come and start making changes when you have no idea what the tradition, the custom, and the history is for the organization you just joined and you've been privileged to lead. All right. Lesson number 2. Wisdom must be actively pursued. So we're going to read verses 5, 6, and 7. Wisdom must be actively pursued. Let's get to it. So Proverbs chapter 4, verses 5, 6, and 7.
Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget, nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all your getting, get understanding.
In all your getting, get understanding. Though it cost you all you have, get understanding. So wisdom is not passive. It requires intentional investment. It requires time, effort, humility, and sometimes sacrifice. So application, schedule time for learning as seriously as you schedule meetings. And invest in growth even when outcomes are not immediate. So I think seeking wisdom is really or should be a priority. And if something is a priority, guess what? It gets scheduled. Because if it doesn't get scheduled, like Papa John say all the time, it will never get done. So you have to schedule it. You have to seek it. All right. The what are you currently investing in that grows your leadership capacity right now? You're reading books, taking lessons. What are you doing? Going to conferences, seminars? What are you doing to increase your leadership capacity? And what distraction are stealing from that pursuit? And we talked a lot about all of the distraction yesterday. And I think what's more challenging today in 2025, in the 21st century, is we really have to keep our focus. Too many distractions, social media, the internet, TV, network. I mean, there's really a lot of distraction out there. And you really have to keep focus on what's really important to you. Okay. And work on that. All right. So leadership stagnates when learning becomes optional. So it has to be a must. All right. Lesson number 3. Wisdom protects and elevates leaders. So that's going to be verses 8 and 9. Let's listen to that. 8.
Exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory she will deliver to you.
A crown of glory, wisdom will deliver to you. So really the benefits for seeking wisdom really are immeasurable, right? So wisdom acts as both a shield and a signal, protecting leaders from ethical failure, but also elevating their credibility and influence. So how do you apply this? Well, make principled decision even when shortcut promise speed and let your consistency become your reputation. So, does your decision making build long term trust right now? And what values are people associating with your leadership? What is your reputation? What do people think of you? Anchor reflection: honor follows leaders who honor wisdom first. All right, lesson number 4: leadership is a chosen path. That's going to be verses 10, 11, 12, and 13. Let me go there.
Hear, my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of your life will be many. I have taught you in the way of wisdom. I have led you in the right paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hindered, and when you run, you will not stumble. Take firm hold of instruction. Do not let go. Keep her, for she is your life.
Keep her, for she is your life. So, leadership is directional. The path you choose, your habit, influences, disciplines, they will determine your outcome more than your intention. It's not just what you are thinking and what you intend to do, it's actually what you do. Your action will determine your destiny. So, how do you apply this? You need to audit your routine. Are they aligned with where you want to lead others? Mike Murdoch used to say, the secret of your success is in your daily routine. And I think that is so true. If you look at somebody, what they do every day is just going to tell you what their priorities are. And you can pretty much predict where that's going to lead them. So you have to guard your values as fiercely as your objective. You have to stay aligned, be coherent. Okay. So, what leadership habits are shaping your future right now? And where have you allowed drift instead of discipline? All right. The anchor reflection for lesson 4: direction, not intention, will determine your destiny. All right. Lesson number 5: avoid the shortcut culture. Okay. We're going to read verses 14, 15, 16, and 17. Avoid the shortcut culture. All right.
Do not enter the path of the wicked, and do not walk in the way of evil. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn away from it and pass on. For they do not sleep unless they have done evil, and their sleep is taken away unless they make someone fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
They eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. All right. So, unethical cultures will normalize compromise, but leaders must consciously reject paths that reward result without integrity. Remember when I first joined the Navy, our maxim was no, I will not lie, cheat, or steal, but not just that, but also not tolerate those among us who do. That is really the maxim every sailor lives by, and our core values: honor, courage, and commitment. So, how do we apply this? You have to establish clear ethical boundaries before the pressure arrives. Again, I will refer you back to the episode with my former professor, Dr. Casey Lucius. I believe it was episode 100, and let me see, I have it here. It was just last month. Yeah, she was Dr. Lucius. Let me see, episode 133. Okay, so last year, season 4, episode 133. She talks about ethics, which she taught us when I was a junior officer. You really have to plan that out and really prepare for it before it actually happens. Okay, and then you have to speak up early when values are threatened. All right. So where are you tempted to rationalize compromise right now? And how do you respond when winning conflicts with value? So, as a wise leader, you have to always choose value over winning deceitfully if it's not aligned, right? and you have to speak up. So not every successful path is a righteous path. Or what might seem successful right now really may not really be successful, and it may not be the right thing for you to do as a leader. So I think that is quite important. Okay. All right. So the anchor reflection, not every successful path is a righteous path. So now let's go to lesson number 6. So 2 more lessons to go. I think we can do it. We have about 8 minutes left. Lesson 6 focus will determine forward motion. Okay. Focus determines forward motion. Verses 18 and 19. So let's go.
But the path of the just is like the shining sun, that shines ever brighter unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is like darkness. They do not know what makes them stumble.
The way of the wicked is like darkness. So that means the way of the righteous is like light, right? The opposite. So focus will determine your forward motion. Clarity will increase with commitment, and leaders who work consistently in wisdom will gain momentum, vision, and confidence over time. Application. So align daily action with long-term purpose. Reduce noise that distract from your mission, right? So you can just focus on the mission. So is your leadership vision becoming clearer or cloudier? And what distraction are dimming your focus right now? So for those taking note or participating, you can go ahead and type your answers in the chat if you are open to it, so we can learn from one another. But I think that is so key. And the anchor reflection for lesson 6, clarity grows when leaders walk the path, not just when they study it. Okay, you have to walk it, not just know it in your head, but you have to know it in your heart and live it through. Do it. All right, the last lesson, lesson number 7. Guard the inner life of the leader. You have to guard your inner life. That's going to be verses 20 through 27. And the key verse will be 23. So let's go there. I believe that was the verse that Ron Carpenter AI said he really would stand on. He said it was the most important verse for this chapter. So let's listen to it, 20 through 27.
My son, give attention to my words. Incline your ear to my sayings. Do not let them depart from your eyes. Keep them in the midst of your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it spring the issues of life.
Again, this is the Yankee verse that Ron Carpenter AI highlighted. Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of your heart spring the issues of life.
Put away from you a deceitful mouth, and put perverse lips far from you. Let your eyes look straight ahead, and your eyelids look right before you. Ponder the path of your feet, and let all your ways be established. Do not turn to the right or the left. Remove your foot from evil.
You will see that a lot in Proverbs. Do not turn to the right, do not turn to the left. So make a decision and stick by it no matter what, and remove your foot from evil. Who needs to remove their feet from evil? That's you, right? So you do have a responsibility. It's not just an intention, but it's actually what you practice, what you do that makes all the difference. So character is the source code of leadership, and what leaders allow in their heart, whether it's pride, fear, bitterness, or integrity, good or bad, will eventually shape every decision and interaction, which will eventually shape their destiny. So what are the applications for that? Well, practice regular self-reflection and accountability, and align your thought, your words, and your action intentionally. Live a life of intention and purpose. I talked to Terry Maxwell, right? That was on season 5, episode 3, I believe, just a couple of days ago. It'd be good for you to go back and listen to the podcast again. She really lives by her purpose, and not only that, but the business she has built is also ran on purpose. And not only that, the customer. She doesn't take just in any customer. She's a conscious capitalist. She will help your business grow and scale, but she only works with customers, with people who share her values. And if you don't share her value, no matter how much money you give her, she's not going to work for you. She will not help you. And I think that is really, really powerful to see alignment, being coherent, right? So how do you apply that? So practice regular self-reflection and accountability, and then you have to align again your thought, your word, and action with intention. So what internal narrative are influencing your leadership today? And who helps you guard your heart? I think it's really good to have a group of people that you can go to, that you can just be yourself and share frankly, and then receive feedback and advice from. So have your own personal board of director. I think that's a very good thing to have. Sometimes it's just good to just bounce ideas. All right. So the anchor reflection is healthy leadership flows from a guarded and aligned inner life. You have to protect your heart. So, some closing thoughts on this. Proverb 4 reminds us that leadership is not defined by title or position, but by path, practice, and priorities, right? The 3P. You have a path, you have to practice it, and then you have to prioritize it. Because wisdom must be sought, it must be protected and lived daily, all right? Leaders who walk this path illuminate the way for others. So walk the path of wisdom. That's intentional, something you want to do. And then you have to practice it every single day and every single time. And then you have to prioritize it. Doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect, because we all make mistakes. But what you really want to do is whenever you fail, just get back up again and do it again. So that is wisdom. That is how you grow. All right. So that's it for today. This episode is immediately available on LinkedIn and YouTube as a replay, and it should be on all of the major podcast platforms by the end of today. And in about 15 minutes, I will have a great privilege of speaking with, let me find him, Commander William Spears, U.S. Navy. Is a warrior, strategic, and warrior and the ethical steward of power. He's really a warrior philosopher. We're going to be talking about stoicism, leadership, and the ethics of command. He wrote this best-selling book, which he really gave me the advanced edition, Stoicism as a Warrior Philosophy, Insight on the Morality of Military Service. I highly, highly recommend everybody purchase this book. So he's going to be here on the Leadership and Success podcast in about 15 minutes. All right. And then tomorrow, Monday, I will have the pleasure of speaking with Lee Jones. He's an award-winning Chief Information Officer here in Silicon Valley, global system builder, tech steward, and calm under pressure. So we're going to be talking from legacy to resilience. And after him, on Tuesday, I will be speaking with Admiral Melissa Bird, United States Coast Guard. She's the last JAG. She's principal, strategic, empowering. We're going to be talking about leadership at the intersection of law, trust, and national security. I think this is extremely timely. And then on Thursday, I will be speaking with Charlie Wetzel. He is the writing companion of John C. Maxwell. He's really a master craftsman, faithful steward, and multiplier of impact. So we're going to be talking about leadership without the spotlight. And then on the same day, I will be speaking to Tamara Stevenson, food justice visionary, cultural engineer, scholar practitioner. And we're going to be talking about leadership with nourishment. And she's the best-selling author of the Wanda series for kids. And I believe the following Monday is finally confirmed. I will be speaking with Daya Ramesh. She's a cybersecurity leader. We're going to be talking about cybersecurity being existential. I believe that's everybody I have confirmed so far. Oh, actually, I also have confirmed Lisa Fain and also Commander Erica Dobbs. So I am really excited for the following week. Okay, that's it for now. See you in a few minutes, and I'm going to be back with the one and only Commander William Spears. He's going to be on deck on the Leadership and Success podcast. All right. Bye for now. See you soon.
Thank you for tuning in to the Leadership and Success podcast with your host, Coach BZ. If today's episode added value to your leadership journey, be sure to subscribe, share, and join us again for more wisdom nuggets on how to lead better and achieve greater success. Remember, Leadership is the most critical skill of our time. The world will always need leaders to inspire others, drive innovation, and execute meaningful strategy. So why not count yourself among the bold leaders shaping the 21st century? Until next time, stay inspired, stay committed, and keep leading with excellence.